The Premier League never sleeps, and once again the football world finds itself drowning in headlines that feel more like a drama series than a sporting season. From shocking defeats to historic statistics, from managerial crises to unexpected transfers, the game is delivering twist after twist. But none is bigger right now than the storm surrounding Manchester United and the future of Reuben Amorim, a manager whose days at Old Trafford look numbered as the club begins to quietly line up his successor. It all began with yet another disappointing display. United stumbled badly against Brentford, falling 3-1 in a performance that was as lifeless as it was predictable. The Red Devils looked lost, second best to every ball, and utterly unable to dictate the pace of the match. Afterwards, Amorim admitted that his team played the way the opponent wanted.
It was the sort of confession that sums up his time at United. Moments of progress, yes, but far too often derailed by mistakes, disorganization, and inconsistency.
The numbers don't lie. Amorim has the worst win percentage of any United manager since World War II, a staggering and humiliating mark for a club of such stature. United fans are split between anger and resignation. Some argue he was always the wrong fit, parachuted in from Portugal without Premier League experience and saddled with a squad in need of total overhaul. Others sympathize, noting that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the board have done little to clear out the dead weight, leaving Amorim juggling fading stars with unproven youngsters.
But sympathy doesn't win trophies, and patience at Old Trafford is always short-lived.
The financial situation complicates things even further.
If United were to sack Amorim before November 2025, they would owe him a staggering £12 million in compensation.
His contract runs until 2027 at £6.5 million a year, meaning United would be burning through millions at a time when debt is already suffocating the club. Ratcliffe has to weigh whether paying Amorim off now is worth the gamble, or whether holding on just a little longer is financially safer. Amorim, for his part, insists he isn't worried about being sacked. "I will do my best every minute I'm here," he said after the Brentford loss. But behind those words, many detect a quiet resignation, as though he knows the clock is ticking. The next game against Sunderland may be decisive. Lose that, and the international break provides the perfect moment for change. Already, the list of potential replacements has leaked. Oliver Glasner, the man who has transformed Crystal Palace into a surprise contender, sits atop the shortlist. But Glasner isn't likely to leave mid-season, especially with Palace flying high and his contract running until 2026. That leaves two other names with more realistic short-term appeal: Michael Carrick and Gareth Southgate. Carrick, the former United midfielder, is familiar with the club, knows the inner workings of Old Trafford, and would be available without messy negotiations or compensation fees. Southgate, meanwhile, is free after leaving the England job post-Euro 2024, but he doesn't appear eager to dive back into club football, and his cautious, pragmatic style has failed to excite United fans. At this point, Carrick looks like the most logical stopgap option, a man to steady the ship until the summer when Glasner could be pried away from Palace. Amid this managerial chaos, the league itself has thrown up one of its strangest weekends in decades. For the first time in 31 years, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool all lost on the same day. It's a statistic that sums up just how unpredictable and chaotic this season has become. Chelsea, under Enzo Maresca, collapsed against Brighton after yet another red card destroyed their game plan. Liverpool, meanwhile, were stunned by Crystal Palace, conceding late and looking alarmingly fragile at the back despite their attacking talent. Jurgen Klopp's men are playing more on individual brilliance than team cohesion, and that lack of structure finally caught up with them. Crystal Palace, of all teams, now sits second in the table, a storyline few would have dared predict back in August. Elsewhere, Manchester City continue to roll on with their machine-like dominance. A 5-1 demolition of Burnley underlined just how ruthless Pep Guardiola's side can be, with Erling Haaland once again posting absurd numbers. Guardiola admitted that sometimes Haaland seems peripheral to the play, yet he still pops up with multiple chances and goals. That's just who he is, a phenomenon who bends games with his sheer presence. Tottenham, meanwhile, missed the chance to leapfrog up the table, stumbling to a 1-1 draw with Wolves. Across Europe, drama was unfolding too. In Spain, Atletico Madrid shocked Real Madrid in the derby with a stunning 5-2 thrashing. Xabi Alonso, now leading Real, admitted it was a deserved defeat, a painful but necessary lesson for a team still in the early days of its rebuild. Barcelona, watching from a distance, suddenly find themselves with a golden opportunity to grab top spot in La Liga. In Germany, Bayern Munich are powered by Harry Kane, who has scored an astonishing 10 goals in just 5 rounds, reminding the world that his Bundesliga move has only enhanced his reputation. Back in England, the managerial carousel spun once more as Nuno Espirito Santo officially took charge of West Ham. After the disappointing tenure of Graham Potter, Nuno arrives with Premier League experience at Wolves and Tottenham, and a reputation for instilling discipline and structure. West Ham's board are banking on his ability to steady the team and bring balance to a squad that has underperformed despite its talent. Transfer news continues to swirl, with Liverpool at the center of several big moves. AC Milan have formally offered £13 million for Joe Gomez, making the England defender a priority signing after talks for other targets collapsed. Gomez himself is reportedly open to the move, eager for a fresh start in Serie A. Liverpool, however, won't let him go unless they secure a replacement, with Crystal Palace's Mark Guéhi at the top of their list. Virgil van Dijk commented candidly, admitting that while Gomez is his friend and he wants him to stay, this is not a friendly business. If Guéhi arrives, expect Gomez to pack his bags for Italy as soon as January. At the same time, Liverpool are still pushing to land Dayot Upamecano from Bayern Munich in 2026, viewing him as the long-term successor to Konate, who is attracting interest from European heavyweights. Meanwhile, in Spain, Real Madrid find themselves torn between two midfield projects: going big for PSG's Vitinha at over €100 million, or moving quickly for young Argentine Nico Paz, whose breakout season in Serie A has already attracted Chelsea's attention. And then there's Manchester United again, not just dealing with Amorim's uncertain future, but also plotting their January transfer window. The surprise name on their list? Conor Gallagher. Having just joined Atletico Madrid from Chelsea, Gallagher's return to the Premier League so soon would be shocking, but United believe his energy and box-to-box qualities could inject much-needed life into their midfield. For Gallagher, the appeal of a starting role back home may be difficult to ignore, though Atletico are in no mood to sell. From Amorim's crumbling tenure to the chaos of Premier League giants collapsing on the same day, from Liverpool's transfer chess game to Real Madrid's midfield dilemma, football right now feels less like a season and more like a storm. Every club is fighting battles on multiple fronts: financial, tactical, and emotional. The only certainty is that more drama is on the horizon. So what do you think? Should Manchester United finally pull the trigger on Amorim and bring in Michael Carrick as a caretaker, or should they wait until summer to chase Oliver Glasner? Can Chelsea or Liverpool recover from their shocking defeats, or is this season already spiraling into unpredictability? And will Joe Gomez become the latest Englishman to find redemption abroad in Serie A? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.